Fire protection system. Briefly describe the components of a thermal switch fire detection system. Temperature sensitive switches that complete a circuit at a specified temperature and trigger a warning. Are thermal switches wired in series or in parallel with each other? Parallel. How are the detector units in a double-loop fan-wheel system wired? In parallel between two complete loops of wiring. In what way is a thermocouple system? My bad, my bad. My bad, my bad. In what way is a thermocouple fire warning system different from a thermal switch system? The thermocouple system sensitive to the rate of temperature change, and the thermal switch system respond to a specific temperature value. Briefly describe the components of a Kitty continuous loop fire detection system. A Kitty system has inconel loop whose resistance changes with temperature. Briefly describe the components and operation of a limber fire detection system. A stainless steel tube contains inert gas. When the tube heats up, some gas is released, raising the pressure in the tube and activating a pressure switch. Describe the process of mechanism by which a photoelectric smoke detector generates a warning of a possible fire. Small particles reflect light in the detector unit, causing the photoelectric cell to conduct electricity and trigger the alarm. How can the operation of a photoelectric smoke detector be tested? By actuating a test switch. Name two types of smoke detection system used in aircraft. Light refraction for electric types and ionization types. What are the usual locations where a carbon monoxide detector will be installed? In an aircraft cockpit or cabin. How does a carbon monoxide detector indicate the presence of this deadly gas? The tan spot on the detector turns gray or black. What are the possible effects of kinks, torceduras, and sharp bends in the sensing elements of a fire warning system? False fire warnings by short circuits. How is a freon container checked for proper pressure? A chart must be used to determine the maximum and minimum gauge pressure based on the ambient temperature. Name the two basic types of fire extinguishing system. The conventional system and the high rate discharge system. Name the extinguishing agent most commonly used by conventional fire extinguishing system. Carbon dioxide or CO2. Name the extinguishing agent most commonly used by high rate discharge fire extinguishing system. Halon, also known as freon. How are freon bottles protected from excessively high temperatures, and how can you tell that this has occurred? A thermal fuse releases the agent if it's too hot and blows out a red indicator disc. What condition is indicated if the yellow disc is missing in a fire extinguishing system? The system has been discharged normally. Describe the mechanism by which a freon bottle is discharged. An electrical signal fires an explosive squib, which ruptures a frangible disc. How is the service life of a discharge cartridge calculated? from the date stamped on the cartridge by the manufacturer. Aircraft airworthiness inspection. Where do you find the regulation that specifies the operating conditions that make a 100-hour inspection mandatory? FAR Part 91. A certificated airframe and powerplant mechanic may sign off and approve the return to service following what type of inspection? A 100-hour inspection. Under what conditions may a mechanic perform an annual inspection and return the aircraft to service? The mechanic must hold an inspection authorization. What is the time frame within which an annual inspection must be performed if such an inspection is required? Within the preceding, dentro del precedente, 12 calendar months. Under what condition may any checklist be used as a guide for a 100-hour inspection? The checklist must be standard as specified in the FAR Part 43 Appendix D. May an aircraft that is overdue, atrasado, for an annual inspection be flown to a place where the inspection can be performed? Yes, provided a ferry flight, special flight, permit is obtained. In order for an individual person to conduct a 100-hour inspection and approve to return to service, that person must have what type of certificate? a mechanic certificate with AMP ratings. An aircraft is required by FAR 91.409 to have a 100-hour inspection. Is it legal to fly that airplane beyond the inspection requirements? And if so, for how long? Yes, the aircraft might be operated for up to 10 hours if required to reach a place where the inspection can be accomplished. An airplane is flown 4 hours over the 100-hour inspection limit to reach your maintenance facility. How do you account for those 4 hours? The 4 hours are included in the next 100 hours time in service period. What types of operation require that aircraft operating under Part 91 must undergo someterse 100-hour inspections? An aircraft operated for compensation or hire, alquiler, or used for flight instruction. An aircraft under a progressive inspection program is operated for compensation or hire. Does it need a 100-hour inspection? No. Progressive inspection replaces 100-hour inspections. Who is authorized to supervise a progressive inspection? A certificated AMP mechanic who hold an inspection authorization, or a certified repair station, or the aircraft manufacturer. When a progressive inspection program is discontinued, at what time is the next a 100-hour inspection due? A 100 hours after the last complete inspection of the progressive program. An owner desires to use a progressive inspection program. To whom does the owner apply for authorization? To the FSDO of the FAA, Flight Standards District Office. Is an engine run-up required as a part of a 100-hour inspection on a turbine-powered aircraft? Yes. Where would you locate the required items that must be recorded in the aircraft maintenance records following completion of a 100-hour inspection? In the FAR Part 43. Where would you look to find approved information for work on an aircraft electrical system? In the manufacturer's maintenance manual. What are the limitations placed on mechanics with regard to propellers? Mechanics may not perform major repairs or alteration in propellers. After equipment is installed in accordance with an STC, who must approve the return to service? An A&P mechanic who holds an inspection authorization. Ay, hombre de Dios,